This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show. This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show.
YouTube, what is up? I'm your homeboy, old boy Josh, back at you, and today we're taking a look at the Calypso from Omega Mods. It's a 30mm RDTA Genesis style dripper tank. Sent it over free for the purpose of this review by EVCIGARETTES.com. It's pretty much a beast. The Calypso RDTA comes in this blue box, kind of has this sort of sky blue imagery with clouds on it. Get it? For blowing clouds? Haha. Open it on up and everything is more or less laid out something like this. Got your tank here. On the bottom it is serialized. I have 1357. It says Calypso Tank by Omega Mod. Got a copper positive pin. Take you around the tank really quick. I want to say it's something like a 10 to 15 milliliter capacity. They don't even really list how much juice you can fill in there. Good amount of juice in there, I gotta say. So it's a pretty ginormous tank. It's 30 millimeters. 30mm device like this, it's not gonna sit perfectly on any device out there, really. There's only a limited amount of devices that you can really put a 30mm device on. It's gonna look really great. I like it on the Limitless. I like it on my RX200. It seems to do the trick. The drip tip is proprietary. It's a nice big wide bore. It is stepped at the bottom. Inside the box you also get some decent extras. You get a vape band that says Omega Mods on it. You get some extra O-rings, you get some extra grub screws, Phillips head grub screws, you get an extra positive pin, copper positive pin. You get your extra tank section. It's about 2 millimeters thick. It's good thick glass. And you also get your inner airflow sleeves. What's really cool about it is all the options you get for the airflow control. The outer airflow control is always 3 slits, and it's a total of 42 millimeters of airflow among these 3 slits. You have this little piece here, this inner airflow control, that you can swap out, and you can use this stainless steel one, which has a single airflow hole control. And you get another metal inner airflow control. It comes with a dual airflow configuration. The way that works, take your stainless steel top cap, and just thread it on there. Buttery smooth. Excellent threads. Both of them are like that. Single and the dual option. They just spin right on. Buttery smooth. And you've also got an all Delrin option with 2 airflow holes. You get these sort of translucent, amber colored, I guess they're probably Ultim. The PMMA plug is what it is. PMMA, whatever that is. They block off, one half of the deck. And the deck is pretty sweet. The deck is like a sort of Twisted Messes V2 style deck where it's got quad post holes, but it's a dual post deck. And they're Phillips head screws, which is awesome. I love Phillips head. It's so easy to place your coils. I kind of use it differently than how most people recommend using these sort of Genesis style tanks where they have the wicks going down into the holes on the deck. I don't like using it that way. There's only a handful of Genesis style RTAs that I like using that way. The majority of them, I basically build just like I would any other dripper, and I wick it just like I would any other dripper. But when I place my wicks, I sort of make sure that they're over those wicking holes. And this one has a 3rd hole, and that hole is meant for your juice feed. You're supposed to fill through that hole in the middle. I don't like doing that. I don't like it at all because if I leave that hole open, there's no plug for it. So if I tilt the thing, I end up getting juice running down my face. And so I sort of plug that 3rd hole as well in the middle with the wicks. And what happens is it makes it really easy just to juice. It's really just a quick turn and the coils are all saturated again. I don't have to sort of worry about tilting as I vape or that. It's just, take a few pulls, turn it this way, it saturates the juice, you sort of see a bubble come up and you know it's saturated, and then you vape away. So filling up the Calypso, the way I do it when I'm rocking it in a single coil is basically, saturate the wicks, of course, fill in through this doodad right here, and fill it through the block, and just fill it all the way on up. Feed it on in there, just like that. There's no latch to pull, there's no cotton I need to move out of the way, because I'm using it in a single mode. And then just pop the top cap back on. That's it. juice it up, and vape. And it's got a really great flavor, especially for a 30mm RDA. Now granted, I'm sort of cutting that chamber in half by using that plug, but it's great flavor I'm getting out of this 30mm device. But what I like best about it is the single coil mode. I love that it has this single coil mode that I can block off one half of it and just have a single coil build in there. I really like it in a single coil mode because it's just one of the few devices that really allow that these days. So I take advantage of it and I use it in a single coil mode. I've got just a simple fused Clapton coil in here. It's 40 gauge over 26 gauge and it's just an awesome flavorful vape. It's got great juice capacity, it's got great flavor, it's got a really sweet build deck. My one real gripe about it, and it's kind of nitpicky, because like I said, the flavor is very good, there's plenty of airflow. My one nitpicky thing about it is that the airflow options are kind of limited. You've got 3 airflow slits here. It's a total of 42 millimeters of airflow, they say, on both sides, I guess. And airflow options here are pretty much open up one of these slits, open up 2 of these slits, or open up 3 of these slits, or open them up halfway. You know, that's it. I kind of wish there were more airflow options. That's my only gripe about it, really. Considering that it only has those 3 airflow options, still provides good flavors, still provides plenty of clouds. It does a fine job at vaporizing my e-liquid, and it's very flavorful and very cloudy. That and the tolerances on the O-ring, I kind of wish they were a little bit looser. They're tight enough that I can hold it, which is plenty, but you know, when I'm taking this off and putting it back on, it's like a little squishy. You know what I mean? It might have been better with a dual O-ring there and made them just a little bit thinner. Those are my only real gripes, and they're nitpicky things. Anyway, till next time, I'm your homeboy Josh. Remember to do your part and fight for your right to vape. Vape on, vapers.